What's going to happen now?
I don't know, Dios mío, I don't know.
Sleazeball Paul, Prime Minister? Everything's in the gutter.
Sleazeball Paul. I like that. Right name for a right topic.
What's happening? What's actually going on?
We'll figure it out, and we'll make things right.
All of you, my office, now!
Someone's in trouble.
That includes you, Carmis. Now.
You heard the commander. Get in there.
Does that include me?
Well, we've got to introduce you to the team somehow.
Takes you but a month, and you drag another straight in. Great. Just great.
The others are nicer than him, right?
Much.
This country is under attack from an enemy beyond your comprehension.
Do you not mean our comprehension?
Not this time, Ezra. This is the first shot in a temporal war.
Temporal war? I'm sorry. You've all seemed real keen over the last month on, not telling your best scientists about the bloody time quakes. So I'd like to get down to business rather than waste time on drama.
Dr. Oliver Carmis. No time for drama. A new dawn for us all.
I'm going to ignore your lip just once today, both of you, because this is important. So shut up and listen.
Whoever we're up against has been stitching the Styxians' attacks back for time ever since the attack in York, orchestrating the rise of this deal.
Who knows what else?
Yep, these changes in time. None of us even notice. We all just think time is how it was, even if it doesn't make sense.
It even makes physical changes to reality. People and buildings blinking out of existence as explosions were dropped into their past. You can't fight an enemy that's already happened. And only a few of us remember the truth.
Me, Walsh, and...
Alexi Davis.
That's right. What's a child doing here?
I'm not a child.
He appears of 21 solar years. Is that still considered the human period of childhood? Physically, he is entirely...
Childhood's done by 15.
Yeah, the frontal lobe doesn't finish development until 25. And he's only just hit legal drinking age.
18 this side of the pond. Yank.
I am British, just because I...
Are you all quite finished? You can't focus and get down to business right now, then we're finished. So let's start doing something better, shall we? First, Cassie, why did you bring Lex back here?
He remembers. That on its own, it's useful.
That hardly makes him unique. We already have yourself and Commander Walsh. You have another reason.
Ezra, he's trapped, out of his time, abandoned and alone.
I see. Then you made the right choice.
If that isn't the Remnants story, cheers.
Speaking of, we're all that's left of unit in this damn country. We're losing, and we don't even know who we're fighting.
Pardon me for being Captain Obvious, but the Styxians?
It's not the Styxians who are benefiting. It's Sleazeball Paul.
Besides, the Styxians have never been counted among the temporal powers. If they are behind this, then their scientific progress has advanced over 3 millennia.
As for Paul Thornberry, he was nothing more than your regular everyday businessman bigger. At least, until he became MP last...
Hold on! It's about to happen!
What's about to happen?
Our new Prime Minister's acceptance speech.
You sure this thing's on, Maria?
I'm Ravina, your new aide. Remember, you fired Maria yesterday.
I know that, but it doesn't have a blinky light. Aren't they meant to...
You're going live in
well,
5,
well, don't give a man
4,
much warning. Millennial.
3,
I could have you fired
1,
for this.
And you're live.
Hello, Britain. Guess who's got 2 thumbs and you just appointed Prime Minister? This guy. Now, I'm a businessman, so let's get down to business. We've all seen it. Blasted aliens in the streets, ruining our way of life. I heard that humans will be a minority in Britain in the next 5 years. That's too far. You needed to draw a line. And here I am. The line. So say it with me now. Aliens out.
And we're off. You're all good.
Politics isn't that complicated, really. It's all about serving the people what you make them want, and watching them eat it all up. It's delicious.
Oh, dearie, you have no idea.
Unit The Remnants, Episode 2, Crossing the Styx, by Joe A.
Ezra, Oliver, Siva, return to your duties. Cassie, Lex, a word. So, Lex.
You are Walsh, right?
Yup. Welcome to Unit. We're the Remnants. Now, you'll be staying with us for the foreseeable future, so you might as well start getting settled in. I'll allocate you a bunk.
Hold on. This is fast. Too fast. What's...
You're inside a top-secret military compound that has been disavowed by the government. If we let you out, they'll arrest you and track us down.
Our biggest advantage is that nobody knows or cares enough that we're here. So we need to lay low and pack a punch. And so will you.
Okay. No, that makes sense. I just have a few questions.
I can't promise any answers.
Why can I remember? Why me? Why us?
Me and Cassie are protected from the shift because we're time travelers.
You're...
I had a nasty incident with some weeping angels a few years back, and Cassie travelled... Well, Cassie travelled.
Okay. But what about me? I've never time travelled, I don't think.
Can't help you there, I'm afraid. Either you've time travelled without knowing it, or there's something else special about you.
Whether or not you're a time traveler, let's get you to the gym. If you're going to be staying here, I've got some things to teach you.
Wow. This is... expansive. And expensive.
Compared to most, this place is a lío de culo barato. But it's our gym. Or more accurately, our boot camp.
What is everything?
Over there's the shooting range, there's some weights here, punching bag over there. The empty corner is Oliver's. He never comes here. Those over there are the swords, and along that wall are the cardio machines. Now, we don't have mud runs. We got bread mills. Budget has to go somewhere. Now, fists or gun?
What?
Fists or gun?
I don't really like guns. Ow! That hurt! What the hell?
That's fists. You made a choice. So today I'm going to train you to punch and not be punched. Have you ever dodged a punch before?
Oh, stop that!
Oof, guessing not. Better get learning.
You're a terrible teacher!
And you're a terrible student, now dodge!
I don't really intend on getting into any fights!
Don't really intend? Intent has nothing to do with it.
I'm not a soldier!
You are now. Too bad. You think the Styxians will care if you're a soldier or not? The Easters never did. They will attack, and if you can't fight, you'll die. Come on, Lex. I'm not asking you to kill anyone. But you need to know how to defend yourself. Just punch me.
Ow! I don't think that was very good.
We all start somewhere, don't we? Come on, I don't want you to break anything just yet. You can do this, just keep going.
Excuse me. Pardon. Sorry.
What's your step, girl?
Prime Minister's coffee coming through.
You forgot more sugar.
I'm sorry?
He likes it with another sugar.
Why do you have 3 sugar cubes in your pocket?
Don't keep Paul waiting. He'll be ever so cross.
Thank you.
Oh, don't mention it. Now go, or you'll be just like that sugar.
Drunk for a politician's amusement?
I'd meant slam dunked in hot water, but yours is funnier. After all, every single one of them would eat you right up.
You can't withdraw the United Kingdom from the unit agreement.
Wouldn't be the first time. Now, your foreign troops on our soil threatens British sovereignty. Ah, coffee, coming. Put that down there.
Yes, sir.
We'll see what the United Nations has to say about your reckless actions. And that says nothing of your latest plan. You really think you can get away with this? The Human Rights Charter is very
hold your horses, Foxy.
My name is Commander Fox.
No, you really are quite foxy. But that's not really important. You see, what's really important, and what's really very funny, it's all in your own words. Human rights. Maybe you lot think you're better than I am. Maybe you won't ever admit it. But deep down, we all agree. Earth is for the humans. When you were 5, aliens weren't real. You never saw one. You never met one. Every institution on this planet was built by the humans, for the humans. Every structure, every system, every language, all of it. You don't call them living rights or sentient rights or something stupid like that. They're human rights, which means I'm allowed to do whatever the hell I want to aliens. Tell that to your little United Nations. I don't care. See that, Ruvu? Look at what I've had to deal with. At least this is a brilliant coffee. Maybe you millennials are good for something after all. Minimum wage.
Of course, sir. I think you...
Gah! All these people who think they can tell me what to do. I'm the Prime Minister now.
You know, sir, you...
Maybe I'll withdraw from the Human Rights Declaration too. They'll probably object to the Turkmenistan plan, but hey, nothing like killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Prime Minister?
Who are you again?
That's Reed Latcham, your Home Secretary. You appointed him yesterday, sir.
I know who he bloody is. It's about establishing a power dynamic, you nimwit.
Yes, Mr. Prime Minister. Sorry.
And never apologise for anything. Makes you like a spine and allows people like me to just walk all over you. Lesson 1.
Right, so... Right, got that.
Besides, I think you'll find it's the right honourable Mr. Latcham to you.
Yeah, you're that guy. What's his face? Former leader of the...
Yes, we know who I am. I'm here to ask about you, Mr. Prime Minister. My former party is at your disposal now, and before the next cabinet meeting, I wanted to discuss strategy. Make sure we were all on the same page.
Well, isn't that just peachy? So, Reedy? I can call you Reedy, can't I? Sure I can. Your party wasn't all that popular anymore, was it? From riches down to rags.
Tss, I hardly think we need a reminder.
No, I want to drag this out a little bit, because you're not the only bunch of defectors that joined the great bandwagon of the United Human Front. I've got a lot of different shareholders, you know.
So, you mean to treat this country like a business?
What's the point of it otherwise, Reedy boy?
Then we're on the same page. If you're so interested in business, allow me to enter the dragon's den. We are above all else, loyal. We backed you in entirety. Sure, you got your assortment of defections from the other parties, a variety of homegrown local Farages or Galloways flocking to the banner, but none of them have the experience, the determination, the ruthlessness. None of them know how to grease the oils. And no offence, Mr. Prime Minister, but neither do you.
Insulting me is hardly the way to a job, Reedy.
On the contrary, none of these are insults. They are statements of fact. You are the Vox Populi. You have the mandate of government. Give us the ideas and we'll make sure they pass. Every resource we have at your complete disposal.
I like that, but what's the catch?
We have shareholders of our own, Mr. Prime Minister. Donors of the parties that were. As long as we're cutting their tax, helping the rich get richer,
then the rich will make us richer too, and you can shed your rags.
Precisely. So, I'm at your service. Where do we begin?
Right now, Britain's got 2 problems, so I've got 2 plans just to start. And I'm going to feed it right to them.
Your intern? I recognise her. Should she really?
Apologies, both of you. I'll go.
I'd get a new one if I were you.
Can't do that. She came specially recommended. You know how it is. Women, eh? Now, the meat of it all. Termezistan.
Welcome to the laboratories. This is where you can find
Oliver, we've met.
But not just me. No. That would be too easy.
And Dr. Siva, she's our medical professional.
Captain, what did you do to him? 13 bruises, mild muscle trauma.
3 hours training.
I've never been so glad I joined before she did.
As though you'll be spared.
No. I've done boot camp once already. And I'm a scientist.
You're a physicist. You're too loud. And we only have the budget here for 1 lab.
Well, maybe it'd be quieter if you got rid of all of those medical beds.
Are they always like this?
You have no idea, Nino. No idea. Anyway, you 2 are on babysitting duty.
Hey, back away from the machine. You know it'll give a false... Wait, what? Babysitting duty? That's not in my contract.
I hate to agree with Carmis, but what are we even meant to do?
Use your impeccable bedside manner. Besides, he's far more of a scientist than a soldier. Maybe try teaching him a thing or 2?
You 2 don't have a history, do you?
That's got to be the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
I'm both too good for him and already spoken for.
Okay, because the way you're bickering, I don't know.
Are you about to say it's giving old married couple?
Because if you do, I'll remove your internal organs and graft them to your skin, and Ravina's, and Nat's, and Ella's, before erasing their very names from history.
Who's Ella?
Someone I already got to.
See what I mean? Psychotic.
I prefer the term thorough.
You know all of my friends? What, have you spoken to Dr. Reyes?
You know, your therapist? No, not at all. You'd think I'd violate patient confidentiality. No, I read Ezra's background check.
So, what are you 2 working on anyway?
Completely different things. He's a physicist. I'm an actual doctor.
Excuse me, I earned my doctorate. Besides, I'm currently tracking the temporal retroflux of trachyonic residue produced by these supposed time breaches.
Yeah, I don't understand any of that.
Because he's trying to be obtuse.
Technobabble is a unit scientific advisor specialty. How else are we meant to convince the colonels and brigadiers to let us do whatever the hell we want?
But it sounds fascinating. I mean, even just trying to take what you're actually doing, using hypothetical tachyons to track down what's causing the time quakes, this is way beyond anything on the course at Hopper. Honestly, it sounds like it's more science fiction than science.
And that's an insult I'll have to remember.
How much of this is alien?
Quite a lot. We had this scientific advisor back in the 80s or... no, maybe the 70s. Time didn't start becoming confusing the moment you were born. Gave us a lot of legs up. Just don't bring him up in front of Cassie. That's not right.
It just beeped.
I'm registering an ambient level of 2.3 millishaws of Artron radiation. That's not... Lex, have you felt another one of those quakes?
No, I haven't. Not since the Sleazeball got dragged into number 10.
Good, because every spike so far has been more than 20 centishores, and a very small spike would feel rather silly.
What if there's a different reason the machine is increasing? The same reason, perhaps, increases whenever Cassie or Walsh stand near it for too long.
You're saying I'm giving off this radiation? Is it ionizing? Am I safe?
It's Artron energy. Artron. A type of background temporal radiation.
And to answer the more important question, yes, you're perfectly safe. It's not Horn particles. Some people even get healthier immune systems after.
Then, if the other people are Cassie and Walsh, that's the similarity. That's what's keeping my memories intact. Let me feel the time quakes.
Must be. Except Artron energy is only found in time travelers. Or people who have at least been exposed to the time vortex.
And I haven't done either of those things.
As far as we know. At some point in your life, you could have been knocked out, picked up by a mischievous time traveller, ferried around the universe for 5 minutes while still unconscious, and dropped back exactly where you were left off.
Seems unlikely.
And yet, stranger things have happened.
Wait, stranger things is really...
Before we get to any more inanity, no, and we still haven't confirmed anything. If you wouldn't mind, I want to run a full body scan.
Oh, and here we are with all the noise.
Your machine does beep really loudly whenever 2/5 of the staff enter the room.
Half now, counting you.
I'm not a member of unit staff, not really.
Just stand in that big cylindrical chamber over there, will you?
What machine is that?
It's a scanner. It scans things. Like an upright MRI, but it detects almost everything.
Okay, and is it safe?
I'm going to leave the room.
Well, that doesn't make it sound safe.
Ignore him, it's perfectly safe. Now that you're inside, put on this vest.
Is this lead?
Yeah? Don't worry about it.
Is this thing radioactive?
Like I said, don't worry about it. Now, I'm just gonna go turn the device on. The switch is outside the room, so I'll be gone for only a moment, but don't worry.
Oh my god, it is dangerous! Let me out!
No, it's perfectly safe. So far, no one who has been inside that machine has died. Aside from Corporal Jenkins, but that was, those variables have since been controlled.
Corporal who now?
A few years back. Later, loser.
Hey, that's my line.
Don't even try.
I'm going to die!
Hello, Cabinet. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you all. I said hello, Cabinet.
Hello, Prime Minister.
Thank you, Reedy. Now, why aren't the rest of you having fun?
You'll forgive me for not having fun. This assortment the UHF has gathered together
Is going to do what I tell it. Reedy, who is that?
That, Mr. Prime Minister, is Stephen Cook, your Foreign Secretary, formerly of the Lib.
I don't see at all how that's relevant.
And what might you be doing here? Dropping a few eaves?
What, me? Listening in? No, not at all. These doors are completely soundproof. Couldn't be listening in, even if I wanted to.
You think I'm blind? Your foot is pinning the door open. I'd say I'm surprised no one's noticed, but with this government?
Well, you know.
Tell you what, dearie. Isometric exercise. Care to join me?
What?
Come on in. Why not? Girl power?
You can do that. Why?
You'll understand, dearie. Have you ever played Jenga?
And you're bringing old party politics into what's meant to be a united government.
It's not my fault if you fall for it twice.
At least I'm trying to take the business of government seriously rather than surrendering to this clownery.
And that's why I'm here. The business of government. Would someone please remind me who's in charge here? Oh, yes, that would be me.
Hello, dearies. Don't mind us. We're just listening in.
This is highly sensitive.
No. She can stay. And the girl, too.
And speaking of clownery, this is an outrage. Cabinet meetings are to be conducted.
As I say so.
With all due respect, Prime Minister, I'd fire him with immediate effect. Talking back to you in the middle of a cabinet session, questioning your decisions. He clearly doesn't remember who won him the election. Besides, for the Turkmenistan deal, you'll need a loyal foreign secretary. I'm sure I can find a replacement for you. I know plenty of proper loyalists.
Why would I need that? We're not actually going to... Oh, I see.
Excuse me?
Get out of here.
You heard the man. Get out. Get out. Out with you. That's it. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, get out.
Music to my ears. Now, gentlemen, ladies, the first order of business. Fulfilling our promises. I know, something a lot of you aren't particularly used to, but this is a new form of government. Is it ready?
Of course, dearie. I brought up the first one now.
This new blood test. Quick, easy, cheap. Half an hour and I'll tell you if someone's human or not. More than 70% of the time. We want to start getting rid of all these aliens we have among us. Then we've got to find them. By the end of the month, every citizen of this country will be tested. And the aliens? Out.
That's it. Aliens out. Aliens out. Aliens out. Aliens out.
What if I... This can't be happening. Someone has to know.
And the scanner confirmed it. Lex has 150% more Artron energy in comparison to an average person. While not quite Captain Ortega's level, he has more than you.
And I think that confirms it. Artron radiation grants a memory that's immune to these particular changes in time.
Thank you for your report. Both of you. Dismissed.
She's more than a little terrifying.
That's Siva for you. I assume you're settling in all right?
Well, let's see. Today I've been beaten up, tossed around, my life is on its head, and yet it's so much better than all the days since the first attack.
Funny enough, my life got fixed by a timequake once. I'd made a mistake, ruined everything, and I mean everything. I killed someone who I... But time changed, and I got a second chance.
What are you trying to say?
That you'll get one too. And we'll seize it, together.
Commander, Alexei, Cassandra and I have finished laying the groundworks for the raid on Downing Street.
I'm sorry, the what?
You didn't think we didn't have a plan, did you? We're not the type to sit around and wait for the problem to come to us.
Simply put, we require intelligence, a quality that is sorely lacking amongst this team.
Now, let's not be cheeky, Lieutenant.
Of course. Someone caused Thornbury's rise to power. Whether that was himself, one of the Styxians, or a third party, we do not know. In order to stop both the time meddling and the Styxian mercenaries, we need more information, and we have one lead.
Breaking into 10 Downing Street? Another one off the bucket list, I suppose. Sooner than I expected. When are we going?
When we're ready. Could be days, could be weeks, could be months. We don't know yet, but this isn't the kind of mission you plan in a day and risk everything on. Downing Street's not exactly easy to break into.
Fortunately, after its reconstruction in 2007, UNIT added a secret tunnel that leads into Downing Street. Ostensibly, this tunnel is for the Prime Minister's safety in the event of an emergency. However, without any UNIT operatives on staff to inform him...
Nobody's told Paul. He banned units so he doesn't know. Am I supporting a coup? Is this a military coup?
No, it's a counter coup. He cooed first.
Sure, and I've got double Contessa.
Besides, it is not actually a coup. We are merely uncovering evidence as to whether the elections were temporally manipulated or not.
We don't need a warrant or anything for that. What kind of country is this?
One that answers to a higher authority. We have many powers invested in us by the United Nations, which includes the right to search anywhere, at any time, given reasonable suspicion of alien activity, without the need for a warrant.
Of course, you would need to justify this before the tribunal, and such an action would anger the resident sovereign powers, especially now that the United Kingdom is withdrawing from these agreements.
It's a tricky war we fight, Lex.
I'm still surprised you guys are like secret government alien police.
That's more Torchwood than us. Or whatever they are nowadays.
Not quite. Torchwood is outside the government and beyond the police.
National security only takes you so far. We're international security. And when the Doctor isn't here, we can't always fight fair. There are too many lives at stake for that.
And equally, as an extension of the collective society, we must be held accountable to it, in the same way as any public servant, including our esteemed Prime Minister.
Fine. Yeah, okay. I understand. I mean, I'm here now, aren't I? I may not have a choice, but let me tell you, even if I did, knowing what I know now, I'd volunteer.
So, here's the plan.
I think that went well.
You did magnificently, Paul. They're eating right out of your hand.
Oh, they will be. Government's mine now. Military and police too. Won't be too hard to crush the opposition, especially with the unit gone. And with the testing kits and food supplies, everything will be solved. We've won.
Unit isn't quite gone yet.
But the news. You said you'd gotten rid of them.
Technicalities. Don't make a habit out of this. Only one group remains.
That's still one more group of bloody terrorists who might, see through everything I've built. You said they weren't going to be a problem.
Calm down, dearie. They're the Remnants. Unit's dung heap. Besides, I dealt with them over a decade ago.
Dealt with how?
Just finished a small delivery. Some things just take a little bit of time.
So that's why you crawled back into the closet.
No need to make crude jokes.
I would never. We're partners.
That's right. And we have everything under control.
Now, Alexei, given our upcoming mission, you need to be introduced to Geneva.
I went once. A scholarship trip to see CERN.
Ah, not that Geneva. It does get confusing sometimes. That is a peculiar noise, isn't it?
What noise?
That little humming. It was not there a minute ago.
Hey, who turned out the lights?
It appears to be a power cut. The power to the entire base has stopped.
Let me grab my phone, hold on.
Wait. Down here. And quiet.
I can't hear anything.
Footsteps. They're here.
Who?
And feathers. The Styxians.
Here? Now?
Alexei, you are scared. Suppress that fear. You must be calm and focus.
How? Why?
Currently, they are just as blind as we are, but they can smell emotions. As long as you are not afraid, they do not know we are here.
How many?
I cannot tell. Half a dozen, maybe more. We must be silent now, or they will hear us. Stay calm.
So, Will someone explain to me why, the moment Oliver's stupid machine starts beeping again, the power goes, because I'm trying to...
Siva, no!
Alexei, run!
You will all die in the dark! Silence that noise! Run!
Hermano, te mataré, lo juro por Dios.
You can't.
That should be enough to kill it, if we are lucky.
Cassie, thank you.
I wasn't doing it for you. Now hide.
But what about Siva?
Ezra has them.
Our bullets are only mildly effective.
I know that. We need something stronger.
Purge them all! We must silence that noise!
Help! This one is trying to kill me!
Stop yelling about it, shoot it!
I can't see, thank you very much. I don't have a gun. I've got an archon radiation detector. It takes 2 hands.
Alright, we need to retreat. If we get to Geneva, we can...
No retreat. They have us surrounded.
Little human! Your emotions are so bright! A beacon in the dark! The girl's wounds might have hurt me, but your emotions shall save me.
What?
You are my feast! Restore me!
Lex, where are you?
Don't worry, little human. It makes you taste so sweet.
Never before have 3 hours been so good.
The noise! Silence the noise!
Whoever's phoning me, I'm sorry I can't pick up, but you just saved my life. Or at least extended it by 10 seconds.
Lex, we need to run. Now!
Finally, it has ceased. No! The deeper noise remains. It screams at our sight. Render this place an echo of greater Stygia. Prepare for detonation!
Everyone into Geneva, double time!
I think you mean triple time!
Or maybe Aleph null time?
I have Siva. She's still bleeding.
Come on, Lex, follow me. Geneva's just this way.
I'm driving, quickly now!
Shotgun!
Everyone else in the back, now! Why aren't we leaving?
The garage door! It's still opening. You know how long this thing takes.
Killed by a garage door? You've gotta be kidding. We'll shrim it! Hey, Lex. Lex, you okay?
Yeah, I'm... What the hell just happened?
Oh, we're out! We did it! Rammed through the door half a second.
No, I mean... the attack. How did they know?
I postulate the strange noise we heard before was some kind of beacon, designed to lure the Styxians towards us. They were ranting about silencing the noise.
Oh, come on. It's just Walsh and the others.
Can't you put that thing on mute?
I can try lowering the sensitivity, but if you want me to detect millishaws of Artron...
Noise. The noise, not the beeping, but that humming. And my phone! My phone saved my life! It stopped the Styxian trying to... drain me.
Never seen them do something like that before. But it did much more than that. It drove the rest into some kind of frenzy. Made them much easier targets.
Rav.
Who?
Ravina, my ex. She's the one who sent me the phone call. What did I miss?
Siva seems to be stirring. I stopped the bleeding, but she will not last much longer.
No, you do not get to die on me like this.
Ez, what are you...
She lost too much blood already. The sword went straight through her, Cassie.
If I'm not mistaken, it pierced 3 arteries. Even with the best medical attention in the world, the internal hemorrhaging, I'd give myself another couple of minutes at most.
You've got to be kidding me. God damn it, Cassandra. Why is the moment your leadership happens that everything goes wrong?
You blaming me for this? Camus, this is...
Quiet. Both of you. Please, not now.
Is there really nothing that can be done?
I'm sorry. You don't get to save every patient.
I imagine you understand that pain very well, Siva.
No, I wouldn't, as Madison lied.
Then I'm so very sorry.
You don't need to be.
Do you believe in afterlife?
I believe death is just another step on the journey of life. I'm simply taking another step forward.
Then I wish you luck on all your paths to come.
Thank you, Ezra, Cassie, Lex, Walsh, Oliver, all of you. You've been pretty alright, you know. Almost as good as my bedside manner. Later, losers.
Commander Dr. Sivakumar, deceased.
I heard. You did everything you could.
Right. So, what's next? Are we just going to keep the corpse in here? Because I don't want that slack-jawed stink up in here.
Camus!
What? Maybe someone has to think about this in a way that isn't... I hated her guts, but she was the closest thing I had to a friend since being chucked out in the trash with all of you.
You? You think you have a right to be angry? You barely even a soldier in title on your first loss. Is that it? What did you call her? Oh, that slack-jawed stink. You've been there. You've lost nothing. Nothing, you hear me? Nothing!
Cassandra, I understand tensions are high, but let him grieve.
Grief, Ez? He doesn't know what grief is.
Please! We've been through enough today! We don't need you two to fight again! Walsh, can we pull over? We do need to deal with the body.
Yeah, as soon as I can. Road work ahead. Bloody M1.
You're kidding, right?
I always thought you'd be the one to want to do it.
You want me to set her on fire? That doesn't feel, I don't know, respectful?
When have you ever been respectful?
Since I've had something to damn respect.
I mean, it's a convenient pile of dead wood. We have some gasoline, it all works out. Classic Viking funeral.
You were the one complaining about the smell. Would you rather we left her on the side of the road? Or perhaps walked into a mortuary, got caught on CCTV, and arrested for being units and fugitives of the law?
I don't believe this. I actually don't believe it. For once, I'm the serious one. For the first time, everyone else is having a laugh. Look, Siva might have been a temporary Yank, but she wasn't from Minnesota. Okay?
Minnesota? What has that got to do with anything?
The Minnesota Vikings. It's an American football team. He's trying to be funny.
Yeah, well, maybe I'm not all that good at funny.
How do you know about American football teams?
James liked them. He was my friend. Once.
Siva made it pretty clear she wanted her body to be used for medical research. If we could put it on ice, I would. But we can't. So we're going with option 2. Cremation. Perhaps less graceful than normal, but...
We can all take turns pouring the gasoline. If you want to say a few words while you do, go ahead. But don't pour too much. We need it for the rest of the trip.
Rest of the trip?
Time schedule's moved up, but a mission is a mission. New plan's the old plan. Let's burn her body and move on.
I will start, if no one else will. For Sivakumar, you were brave and wonderful. We never deserved you, nor did you deserve us. The Raks will never forget you.
I never really knew you. But you were nice. I'm sorry to see it end.
A few months on the squad. Less than anyone else here, aside from Lex. But Dios mío, you were the finest doctor I ever worked with.
I never could have done it without you. None of us could have. Like I said, Carmus, you get the final touch.
Don't ask me to say anything more. I've already said it already. Thank you.
If we can find another one like it, that'll be us.
Rav, sorry I missed you earlier. I was, busy. Why do you call?
Oh, Lex, I mean, you're here.
What's going on?
Nightmare down here, Lex. Paul's planning on rolling out mandatory testing.
Testing? For what?
DNA testing. It's a eugenics scheme. Anyone who tests alien, I don't know, but it seems like prison or deportation or something.
Oh my god.
They've got everything already. They're going to start rolling this out in the next few days. I knew it would be bad. I just didn't expect this. I had to tell someone.
What about the press?
What about them? Most of them will probably support Paul anyway. Lex, I don't know.
Don't worry, I know. I'm with some people right now. We can help.
Help? I mean, I don't need help. What, are you talking about stopping the program?
Maybe. Look, it's complicated. And I just need to know, are you willing to help us stop it or?
Yes. Yes, I am.
And that's everything she told me. A eugenic scheme designed to start this anti-alien purge in just a matter of days.
This kind of plan does change things, Walsh. A society divided against itself cannot stand, and Paul's parasite is no longer merely abusing society. It will destroy it.
So we do what we were going to do anyway. Fantastic! Fortuna favorece al audaz.
Except we no longer have the luxury of time. Months become weeks, weeks become days, and days become hours. We need to strike as soon as possible.
As a positive, we do seem to have an inside man.
Which will help the plan immensely. Lex, keep in touch with her over text. We'll need her to make sure this goes smoothly.
Are we sure we need her? I already worry how much danger she's in. If we do this, we're putting her in even more danger.
And if we don't, we're all in even more danger.
No one will force her to do anything. all we need to do is make her the offer.
No, but the moment we ask, she'll say yes. She won't even hesitate. Because she's scared and heroic and in danger. And the moment we ask, if we know she will always say yes, and she will, then we are forcing her to put her life on the line.
Well, tough. You don't get to make that call on her behalf anymore. Or ever.
Oliver's right. It will be a sacrifice she's happy to make.
Stop speaking for her! Of course she'd risk her life for me, for this cause. But she shouldn't have to. I didn't know what it was like to risk my life. Until today. Until that Styxian tried eating my emotions and frying my brain. Until I saw Siva there dying. And knowing that I'd gotten myself into that. I never had a choice. Can't we let Rav have one?
No, we can't. We need to ask her, Lex. Should we risk everything, not even for one person's life, but for one person's choice?
Well, I'd like to say yes.
And I'd like to say yes too, but that's not a luxury we have. The stakes are too high.
Like I said before, we can't always fight fair. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Crystal.
Our objective is simple. Bring Dr. Carmus's machine into 10 Downing Street and identify if the source of Paul Thornbury's time travel is present. Achieving it is harder. But we are UNIT. And more than just UNIT, we're the Remnants. We're splitting into 2 teams, Infiltration Team and Control Team. Control Team will remain in Geneva to oversee operations. That will be me, Lieutenant Ezra, and Dr. Carmus.
Oh no.
Infiltration Team is Captain Ortega and Mr. Davis.
With all due respect, Lex is not ready for a mission like this. Not in the slightest. Especially not after what he's already been through.
I don't disagree. But the only people we can trust on Infiltration Team are those who won't be affected by the time quakes. With my leg, I'll just slow you down.
Fine. What next?
You'll be deposited next to a fake manhole cover 4 blocks down. The entrance to the secret unit tunnel. Follow it, and wait until you hear the signal.
So, is your ex going to pull through?
Of course she will. She's Ravina. When did she ever fail to pull through?
As agreed, Ravina will be upstairs. At 1100 exactly.
Come on.
She'll trigger the fire alarm, forcing an immediate evacuation. That's the signal.
Good luck.
Oh, come on. A fire? I'm firing the entire catering department. And if it's a bloody microwave, then I'm going to fire the engineers as well.
It's just another drill, sir. You know how touchy safety people get.
Oh, I'll fire them all next.
When we see them leave, Control Team will disable the internal cameras. And at 11:02, 2 minutes after the alarm, climb the ladder. It'll emerge under a rug in one of the corridors. Once inside, Lex, you use Dr. Carmus's Archtron detector to see if there's a higher concentration inside or not. Make sure it isn't detecting you or the captain. Decrease the sensitivity if you can. If there's nothing, withdraw. But if there is something, follow it. You only have a limited window. Good luck.
Oh, it's got to be just around here.
This way. Over there! The Prime Minister's office.
Would it really be so obvious?
Guess so. Let's take a look. The device is registering over 9 shores. That's 9,000 millishores.
So there's definitely something in here.
The source of the time quakes?
Without a doubt.
Someone's coming.
Las estupideces. Why is someone here? Why did you leave the door open?
I don't know. It was already open.
We need to hide. Quickly, in the closet. Shh, stay quiet.
Cassie? The fire alarm stopped. I think we have bigger problems.
What? No.
Cassie, what is it?
No, it's not hers, but whoever it is, they're behind the time shifts.
How is this closet so much bigger on the inside? Is this like a secret evil Prime Minister mad science laboratory?
It's so much more than just that. It's a
TARDIS. Pesky little thing, isn't it? But it got you here in the end.
No, I mean, who are you? What is a TARDIS?
Time and relative dimensions in space. According to one particularly irritating time lady, really, you could take any 6 words, string them together, and pretend an acronym exists. Disgraceful, truly. No one else ever bothered using it. Still, it can help explain these things to the uninitiated.
What?
You're not her.
No, I'm not the Doctor. I already tried pretending to be him once, and I'm not that unoriginal.
Who are you?
You could say it's none of your business.
What? Oh.
Who is she?
I'm just a meddler. A little edit here, a backspace there, a copy and paste, maybe a new stage direction in the script. Isn't it beautiful? Seeing how everything cascades.
No, it's not.
Tell us who you are!
Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since I've been here. Here comes the nun.
You have been listening to Unit the Remnants, Episode 2, Crossing the Styx, written by Joe A. Starring Carmen Fernandez as Cassie Ortega, Val Gladkova as Lex Davies, Joe Baslington as Paul Thornbury, Ash as Saunders/the Nun, Sophia Orr as Walsh, Ahana Jain as Ezra, Alex Clovis as Oliver, Lakshika Safarsan as Siva, Alex Cole-Smith and Aeneas Dennison as Styxians, Holly Sahota as Ravina, Bear Stevenson as Reed Latcham, Katie Pascavus as Commander Fox, Felix Davison as Foreign Secretary. Other parts were played by members of the cast. The production team was as follows: Director, Holly Sahota; Assistant Directors, Jasmine Bailey and Owain Smith; Sound Editors, Jasmine Bailey, Val Kladkova and Owain Smith; Composers, Hector Wolf and Yuna; Publicity Officer, Percy Hartshorn; Producers, Owain Smith and Jasmine Bailey. Unit The Remnants is an independently created production and has no affiliation with Bad Wolf or the BBC. Follow us on Instagram at Unit Remnants for more adventures, and thank you for listening.